Good morning. Welcome, everyone. We are back. How's it going? Hello, everybody. Tony, I'm sorry for the confusion. I accidentally added the wrong date when I created the stream schedule. Yeah. Paul, good morning. Marco, welcome. And Ken Chua is back. Hey, good morning. Good to see you, everyone. Bowser, to the weave up. The weave up. By the way, where's the weave up right now? Oh, yeah, there it is. Okay. Actually, not a bad idea. How's it going, everyone? Ron. Pass first FTMO, nice. What? After blowing it on the loss limit. What? You passed your first FTMO yesterday. And then you went under 200 the loss limit. Dude, aw. Ron, I'm sorry to hear that. Ron, it happens exactly the same way. I mean, it happened to me the same way. Imagine I was fighting for 8 months. 8 months it took me to get funded on FTMO back in 2021. 8 freaking months. And I blew it up in less than 3 days. Exactly, right? The pressure goes away instantly. You know, the pain goes away because, you know, you have a clean slate. Yeah, you can still trade, by the way. Oh, man. Reza, hey. Good morning. Oh, yeah. Yesterday was great. Thank you. I wish you the same, Reza. All the best. All the profits. Oh, yeah. FTMO does not closing it. Mark Sass, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. David Pescott saying go long and put stop at bottom of previous 4-hour wick. Actually, not a bad idea. I do feel like this one still wants to keep grinding higher. You were down 8,800. Oh man. Well, at least now you know how it works. It's a great trade. Let's go. Parminder, good morning. Mullo, the man himself, the legacy, the legend. Good morning, Mullo. Thanks again for the sub, Mark. All is good. Let's figure out some levels that we can go for, I think. Marco, good morning. Hello, Mark. It's always good to have new people here on the stream. You got the gold short? Nice. Let's go a little bit. I'm going to check gold in a second. SMT? Oh. We'll check on that. Ollie's here. Hello. 25 points. That's good. That's manageable, right? Bulenox back to, oh, see, yeah, sorry. Let me check the Bulenox is back to 91% again. So Bulenox is back to, let me add. All right. Oops, sorry. Not this one. There's a new banner here. There. Bulenox is back to 91% off again. You guys are fighting for number one. All right. Code pesky. All is good. All is good, guys. Fight for the first place. Found the channel. Nice. Yes, I'm here every day. London and New York. So I stream from around 2 a.m. Eastern Standard in London session, and from 9:30 Eastern Standard at the market open, New York market open. And also I'm on MyFunded TV at 11:30. Yeah, 91% off. It's cheap. Yeah, it's definitely cheap. Bulenox is definitely cheap right now. So why do you want FTMO? The rules? Nothing against FTMO. I'm just pretty much, you know, steered the business model towards futures, and that's it. And I kind of like the future space and the platforms, futures prop firms. Actually, I do have a CFD account at the Fivers, so I do have a evaluation or challenge account at the Fivers. Not because I think they're better than FTMO or vice versa. I'm just not really into the Forex prop space right now. Not just because it's more expensive. I mean, I don't know. I mean, futures are definitely, well, somewhat cheaper. Yes, that's true. And I think it's smoother to trade futures. Alexander, hello. All is good. Welcome. Yeah, it's kind of slowed down right now. So I think $500 or $600 for a 100K challenge, something like that. The work is the same. The problem is usually with the spread, with the slippage. Spread, slippage, you know, execution is different. Usually there's more manipulation with the price and all kind of stuff. A little bit of a Wild West still. Jerry, hey, good to see you. 50% on a scale plan. Nice. From the stream, you want it? Oh, nice. Pass the starter plus. Let's go. Let me trade gold on Bulenox. It won't let me place a trade. Is there any data I have to activate? Well, if it's not placing a trade, you might have to contact support to activate the gold data for you. Let me check the dashboard on Bulenox. Maybe there's a trick to do it. If I go to dashboard, is there any data subscription thing there? No. Second login session payout. No. So then you have to contact support. That's the safest way to do. And they're going to activate it for you. Good morning, Gabo. You're good. Chill and fun. Yeah. You're welcome, Ali. They should be able to turn it back for you. All right. Let's see first of all some levels here. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump into anything yet, so I'm just kind of waiting. One thing though is that we have a nice level here, which is an Asia high, also a supply zone high up there at 267 on the micro. That instantly tells me that there's a good chance to go to 67, hopefully. But we'll see. What other levels do we have? There's an Asia low here. Asia low there at 195. Yeah, quite interesting. I'm not gonna enter now, that's for sure. Basically, they have new plans, new type of accounts, simple rules, no more scalping restrictions about micro scalping and stuff, which is awesome. Cheaper account. The core account is definitely got cheaper, especially with the discount. Now you can start with now you can start with so $66 on the core 50K account. And that's it. The only thing is that the payout request cap is $1,000, and that's it. But there's a scale account. The payout request cap is starting from $1,500 up to $3,500, and obviously the pro account has $100,000 of payout request cap, and all has the same limits. Should like the trading drawdown. Keeps it. Yeah. That's also a solution. Like it keeps you reminded that you should be taking those profits. That's true. That is true. Does it take a while sometimes to get the funded credentials? Usually at MyFundedFutures, sometimes it depends on what time of the day it is, because if, for example, if I pass the account now in the London session, I usually get the account during New York business hours. If I pass the account during New York business hours, then usually I get the funded account anywhere between 30 minutes to 2 or 3 hours, usually. I think they're adding it manually, if I would have to guess. There was one occasion when I received the funded account the next day. So it took almost 24 hours until I received, but usually within New York business hours. So I think they are very good. Basically simplified the rules. The core account, and no activation fee on any of those accounts. That's important. So what I think is the scale account is good. The thing is, the pro account gives you the most freedom. I know it's the most pricier, but this gives the most freedom. There is one more thing. You start out with 5 micros, right? 5 micros. And for some people, it's something they don't really like. Until you're not reaching $1,000, I think, on the core account. I think the same goes for the scale account as well. Until the first $1,000 of profit, you're operating with 5 micros at maximum. Now, for me, it's absolutely not a problem, because even in New York session, my positions are somewhat below 5 micros. So for me, it's like somewhat okay. It's like, I would say it's borderline level. Like it's all right. It's all right. 5 micros, you can get to $1,000, and then it scales up to 10, 15 micros, and so on the scale account. But on the pro account, there is no scaling with the contracts. Is yellow is the one before? Maybe. I mean, there's a zone down there as well, right here. There's a zone right here. So that's a 5-minute zone, and that we are also right now in a zone. So who knows? 20 points to Asia high, and there's another one down there. Keegan, hello. Welcome. Exactly, Jonathan. I kind of agree with that. On core, you will get 800. Yes, exactly. On the one, and you know, that's why I think somewhat that was the goal, because at Take Profit Trader, for example, you get the account for $102 right now. If you really want it cheap with no activation fee, obviously expect less. I mean, you can. I mean, yeah, you would be expecting less amount of payouts at once. It depends, you know. Or you can get like 2 core accounts. I think MyFundedFutures wants you to start with the scale account instead of the core account. That's why it has been made the way like this. So if you really want to get some reasonable payouts, you go with the scale account for $108. But as far as I checked the pro account, you can pretty much do anything. So the most amount of freedom, except for news trading, is at the pro account with no activation fee, of course. Yes, it's pricier, but obviously that's how it works. Yeah, Jerry, I'm not really DCing. Sometimes I add 1 more micro to the position, or 2 more micros, and that's it. So like adding 1 time to the position sometimes, but usually I enter with the predetermined risk. Yeah, Asia session. I mean, nothing bad with Asia session, I would say so. I mean, so this was Asia session. Sometimes and many times London is even worse, you know. Pinion Mendez, good morning. Good to see you. For an expert, looks pretty. Yeah, basically the same. Exactly. Basically the same, except the contract limit and the profit split. Exactly. Exactly, Thomas. But at least now you can have 5 accounts with MyFundedFutures. So I'm trying to do that myself. Yeah, exactly. You play it step by step. So exactly. It looks like the same starter, yeah. Yeah, small changes with the new profit split. I'm not sure how long will be the old plans. The old plans are still available. If you go to the Start Challenge page, you can still find the legacy account. So you can still go on with the starter account or starter plus or expert account. I'm not sure for how long they're going to keep that. But not just rebranding, slight changes, but simplifying, I would say. They simplified the whole thing. You know, I think Matt Cowart yesterday was making some good points. He's good in the numbers there. That basically the 80% profit split doesn't really going to change too much on your trading journey. Yes, it's on the payout is definitely $200, but after the first 10K payout, you're going to be put to 80% profit split anyways with MyFundedFutures. So whenever you get your first $10,000 overall across every account from MyFundedFutures, you're going to be put on 80% split anyways. And obviously that counts as well, but it depends on how many payouts you can get and how much you're available to get those payouts. But I don't know. I don't want to go into that loophole right now, but yesterday there was a pretty good argument about this. So it's not too much of a big difference or a big deal with the 80% split. I mean, most of these prop firms that we has this split. Coach Best, hello, welcome to the channel. Thanks for subscribing. That's why I think people are gonna blow their account a lot faster. Yeah, maybe. it basically means that you can start the maximum contract sizing is 5 micro. 5 micro or 1 mini is how you start. Basically. But you can scale it up. After $1,000 of profit, you can scale up to, I mean, it will automatically scale to 10 micros, you know, 15 micros, depending on your account size, you know. Super J, hey there. For the first time user, does it make sense to take advantage of the 50 legacy account instead of? Yes, I would think so. The only reason for the first time user is if you still take the legacy account starter, I'm not sure, but I think you will still get the 100% payout for the first 10K for once, I think, but that's not guaranteed. But I think that still. Also, you get the 1 to 10 micro scaling, and that's it. But you do have a daily loss limit, so don't forget that. That's the only thing, Super J. You get the daily loss limit on the starter account. It's definitely a good price still for the first time user. So, up to you. Hey there, Coach Best. Welcome. Yeah, legacy account. Awesome, right? Tiltic. Hey, Jay Smith, what up? On the subject, I'm struggling with posting sizing. Position, come on. I can't speak today. Guys, I was still sleeping about an hour ago. I almost overslept. Position sizing. Yeah, I mean, if you're trading most likely with like $200 or $300 of risk, especially New York session, for the first $1,000 to make those profits, I think 5 micros should be enough. Like imagine a normal, quote unquote, normal New York session, normal movements. I think you should be fine with 5 micros. I mean, that's like, I would say, okay, that is still fine. That is still okay. Hold on. I gotta check something, just a second. I'm checking NQ real quick. Nothing there. Hold on. Still kind of checking this. Okay, nothing there. All right, nothing. I was just not sure if my quant hour setup was correct. All right, so are we going for 67? I have no positions on. 50K expert is still a good choice, by the way, Super J. 50K expert is still a very good choice. Yeah, so okay, thank you. So old plans are subjective to old rules. T, good morning. How do you get the legacy? It seems like there's, if you go to the start challenge or button there. So you go to the start challenge. Here you go. Looking for starter plus. This is the button you click. Boom. See new products. And you can switch. That's how simple. Look at that. Going for that Asia high right now. All right, give me a second here. What does this want to do? It might want to go up there. What was the level? 67. We'll see. Kind of looks like 67. I took a scalp there. Entered with 5 micros to a scalp to go for 67. My TP is at 66. We'll see. If it starts to roll down, I'm just gonna close it manually, and then that's it. Nice, J Smith. Stable for keeping my position. Oh man. Oh man. I'm sorry to hear that. Rubber count, let's say on NQ. It depends. You know, there are some very handy tools you can have on TradingView. You can calculate your risk. If you want to risk, it depends where is your stop loss. You know, what stop loss are you using? Which swing low or swing high, or what level are you using for your stop? So I can't really. If you want to risk 350 per trade on mini, then you definitely should not be risking more than a few handles. Like, yeah, I mean 5 to 10 handles usually. I mean 5 is too small. 10 is somewhat okay with one mini, but you're risking like $200, so be careful. Malo took along at 44. Nice. Looking for 53. I think it already got there. Boom. Yeah, let's go. Found it. All right. Yeah, it's for legacy products, I think. Yes. Yes. Congratulations, Malo. Full ported Bulenox. Let's go, Ollie. Let's go. Thank you for the support, by the way. Bulenox is back to 91% again. How surprising. Okay. Yeah, feeling a little bit better. I'm definitely I'm kind of put myself on a diet right now, so you know, didn't really eat too much yesterday and this morning. Yeah. Get your scalp on. Exactly. Ibo Munich, hello, good morning. Good luck to you too. Isham, welcome. Yeah, kind of waiting as well. Nothing special so far. Let's see how NQ is going to behave. Also, very sad news. Yesterday, I've learned that Ozzy Osbourne passed away. That is just so bad. Unfortunate, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I loved his songs. Maybe not all of it, but he was a legend. Okay, let's see what's it gonna be. Let's play a song. I would love to play a song, but YouTube is gonna kick me in the rear end, because all these songs are copyright protected, and I keep receiving the emails from YouTube. Dean, good morning, neighbor. Hello. But I played some songs yesterday from Ozzy. Yeah. What size to trade? Isaac, there is no simple answer to that, but obviously I would go to the smallest size, like 1 or 2 micros. Depends on your risk management. Yeah, Dean, rest in peace, Ozzy. Yeah, I mean, he had a good run. You know, if just half of those stories are true that were circulating, like how many drugs they were taking while they were young, it's still a miracle that they were still alive. You know. Yeah, me too, Jonathan. I was actually surprised that they made it to their 60s. Like they were basically living on drugs. Cougar, good morning. Oh, little Ford, yeah. Oh no, sorry, Kay. Sorry. No, that was not the purpose. Kwong, hey, good morning. What is gonna go here? What is NQ doing right now? I have no idea. Anyway. Wasn't Hungary reference in Crazy Trade? I'm not sure, Sorel. I don't know. I'm really not sure. You live on drugs and alcohol and have a blast in life. You live to late 60s, eat healthy and vegetables with no smoking and drinking. Maybe another, yeah, it gives you an extra 10 years to survive, basically. Cold War, but he has specifically referenced Poland and Hungary. You gotta look into the lyrics there. There might be something about Hungary. Here, where's the lyrics? I need to find the lyrics. Ozzy Osbourne Crazy Train lyrics. Nothing there about Hungary. You know what I loved? I liked The Secret Loser. Was that Black Sabbath? Or was that Ozzy? I'm not really sure. Secret loser. I'm a secret loser. That was a nice song. Malo, what happened? Done. Payout tomorrow. Oh my god, $3,600, Malo. Malo is crushing it, everybody. Congratulations, man. Oh, dude. That is awesome. That is just awesome. 3,600 bucks. And you know, basically, like, all I see is like Malo is not you know, sitting at the charts for 2 or 3 hours. He sees the opportunity, especially right now at the, you know, early kill zones, and boom, makes the move and walks away. That's it. Keeps rejecting VWAP. Let's see. Apex pays you 5 business days from approval, but hey, Kwang, congratulations on the payout. That is awesome. No, I'm living in Hungary, Mark. I'm living in Hungary, not on Budapest, but I don't really like the crowded places, but I live like 90 kilometers south from Budapest. But yeah. No, I didn't. I'm not using the VWAP at all. No. I'm not saying it's a bad thing if you use VWAP, but I'm not using it. Headless Cross is a song, a clip from 90s. Yeah, good song. I know that. Cougar, hey there. What time do you usually use for your Asia session? I'm not really trading the Asia session. I'm starting to trade the New York Hill Zone. I mean, oh, sorry. I know the question. For Asia session, I usually mark the highs and the lows according to the Tokyo Open, which is about, which is at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. So obviously some people are using the 6 p.m. daily reset candle time, so they might be using this as a low, the 170. The markets are opening at 8 p.m., you know, Tokyo, Sydney, all the others. So I would like to reference to 8 p.m. And I think these levels around 8 p.m. or even if it's a little bit before 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, there could be a price spike, which could be referencing as an Asia high or low. So I'm using the 8 p.m. as a reference point. In this case, we have an Asia high and Asia low, because those are the times Sydney Open, Tokyo Open, starting the party is starting. I would say that's when those orders and levels are being made. Secure payout at my let's go $1,200. Congratulations, Danish Ahmed. That is awesome. Absolutely, Kwang. You made it. Yeah, it's hot. Yeah, today is gonna be at least 36 to 38 degrees Celsius. I know, Bowser. It's pretty much respected. Almost hit my TP there. Got rejected on this small scalp. Not a big deal. It's a small position. I don't even have a stop loss on it yet. I'm just gonna put a stop, I don't know, somewhere down here. But I'm kind of looking for Asia high. Small position, nothing extra. You're welcome, Cougar. London Open is at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, except there's a 3-week period twice a year when the daylight saving time is changing. At those cases, it goes to 4 a.m. Eastern Standard Time because US is shifting earlier and Europe is shifting like 3 weeks later, the daylight saving time. So that's it. But otherwise, 3 a.m. If not, then 4 a.m. in those 3 weeks. It's not 4:30. I mean, it's 3. So in about 18 minutes. Could you say those hours times in European time? Yeah, sure. Sorry. So London Open in my time right now is 8:42 in the morning, Central European time, and my time. So almost 9 a.m. here. So London Open is at 9 a.m. Central European time. That's it. That's it. And when the daylight saving is on, then basically, I mean, I'm lined up with the London Open because that's 8 a.m. in the morning for me as well, just like London. In London, it's 8 a.m. right? So Asia session, sorry, Asia session. So if it's at 8, obviously you add 6. That's 2 a.m. in the morning in Central European time. Oh yeah, I am interested. The thing is, Thanos, there are so many new deals going on. The competition is real big between prop firms. I am definitely interested in the straight to funded account. Actually, I want to make a review about it, and also with day traders. Day traders also offering straight to funded accounts. So I am interested in that. What is happening here? I wonder. Whoa. Arnold, G5. Thank you for the subscription. I think we hit the TP. Nice. Thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Welcome, welcome. All right, so we hit the TP on this one. And you know, yesterday I was talking about this zone here, starting at, where was it? Right here. This was the one. 261. Now we got it. We actually got the zone. So let's see what's going to happen from now on. And right now, I'm not really interested in going higher. I'm just going to be looking for a reversal. That is it. You're welcome. Yeah, it's very good convenient time zone to trade. Yeah, we took it out. Hey, from Brno, welcome. Mahavir, good to see you. Welcome to the channel. I'm sorry, I forgot to say hello there. Mahavir, welcome again from the Czech Republic. Nice, nice. Exactly, exactly. You can Google these session times, and also you can have a, you know, you can create a nice sheet that will tell you exactly in your time zone. Yeah, smaller consistency, obviously, because they are expecting everyone to blow up the accounts sooner than getting to a payout. That's when they make the money. So, but if you know that you can be consistent, then there's nothing to fear. Dean, congratulations. Let's go. Looking for short. Yeah, I'm gonna look for shorts as well, and I do like that zone down there. So yeah, I'm super grateful for this and everybody who's here on the channel. Thank you so much for the support and watching the stream. We do have some good conversations. Yeah, sometimes it's super boring because London could be boring, as it should be, I guess, trading. But you know, we're watching these levels and trying to share information, keep the positive vibe. Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Kwang. Higher consistency. Is it 1 hour for you are no, there is a 5 minute so there's down there 5 minute bullish order block slash demand zone. Right down there. Welcome, Javier. Good to see you. Exactly. Exactly. We are grabbing Asia pre-London traders. You know, sweeping the area on YouTube. Nighthawk, hello. My bias, well, I don't really have a bias right now, but one thing's for sure, I don't have anything up there that I really like in terms of targets. My short-term bias is short, is bearish. So I'm just kind of waiting for this one to turn bearish and then maybe jump in to go for that demand zone down there. And that is so far it. That's all that I'm looking for. My first time seeing. Thank you, Coach Best. Thank you. Well, we have a very good community, and thank you for joining us. Hey, thanks, Malo. Congratulations on the $3,600. Definitely. Take the 3 times $100 and run. There you go. Awesome job, man. Awesome job. Congratulations. Malo is a money printing machine. Is the candle at 12:20 a.m. in order block 2? I'm sorry. Yesterday, I mean, not that you're not referring to this, right? Oh, 12:20 a.m. Sorry. This here. That's not an order block. I wouldn't call that an order block. Depending on which time frame are we talking about. Hold on. Oh, wow. On the 1 minute, maybe you were talking about this. $276. Do you consider this 1 hour order block as well above? Yeah, let's check the 1 hour order block. We don't really talk about the order blocks here. 276. You're saying 276. This is not an order block, because this candle, the 9 a.m. candle, is this is a bearish candle, and it wicks above this. And I mean, in my, it could, I don't know if ICT would say this otherwise. I'm not really, I don't want to debate with anyone, but because this is a bearish candle that's pushing price down, I mean, it does look interesting. In some reference, it could be seen as an order block. For me, this is not a valid order block because it's a bearish candle that's definitely wicking liquidity, which is awesome. But then, it kind of looks good. I would say it's not a zone. It's not a supply zone that I like. But very interesting on the 1 hour. That's for sure. So it can still push higher to enter into that area. I'm not saying it's like a low probability area. It could be pushing higher up to the 280s. Man, I can't read. Exactly, Guerra. We all here for the profits. I've been struggling with one of my sim funded for a month, back to back. Can't seem to get. Kwong, I know how it feels like. Trust me, I'm having the same issue with one of the MyFundedFutures evaluation account, by the way. I know that's just an eval, but I know how it feels like. Yeah, so we just had all-time high last week. Yeah. It's not necessary that we should go lower, but it definitely feels somewhat better to look for those shorts. I just don't feel any. I mean, I didn't see any target up there that I really like. I guess the only place would be maybe this zone on the 5-minute at 357, but otherwise, I don't know, maybe it wants to reprice this whole drop from yesterday. So I reduce risk to make small every day. Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing you can do, Kwang. I know. That's what happens. First day 1200, second. Wow. Second day. Well, I mean, you listen. You never know. Some days are really giving you the profits. Some days not. So some days are super slow and boring, and some others are just not moving. Robert, good morning. Seer, hello. Monday 21st, 8 a.m. 21st, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard. Yeah, that was an order block or demand zone. Yeah. If that's what you're referring here. I mean, I did like this move. I just had one scalp trade to take out the Asia high, and that's it. That was it so far. Yeah, I like the short idea too, Heath. Just gotta wait. Yeah, I think so too. So that 379, that's actually tempting. That's why I said we do have one more level at 357. If it starts to show us a continuation, like with the displacement above the 70s, then we might just be continuing higher above the 300s. So let's see what happens. Good morning, Pari. You've been successful lately. Nice. Liquidity gaps. Nice. Let's go, Pare. Awesome. Yeah, let's go, Earl. Good morning, Pip Trunk. Took a short. Let's go, Jay. I'll gotta be careful here. London Open is on us in a few minutes. Vibes is in a short. Exactly, Pare. Exactly. I like that sentence, you know. Profit doesn't mean success if I don't play my full edge to the end. That's perfect. I love that. Let's go. What is your rules to define order block? Yeah, sure. So it's not overcomplicated basically of what I'm going to show you a bullish and the bearish order block. I'm going to start with a bullish one. So for an order block, I need, for a bullish order block, I need bearish candles to push into some sort of liquidity. It can be a fair value gap, it can be a swing low. Okay, it can be a swing low or a fair value gap to sweep liquidity. I mean, that's the purpose, to sweep some liquidity before we are pushing higher. In this case, in this example, these three bearish candles on the 5-minute chart actually picked up liquidity from the rest of this fair value gap to the left. So liquidity has been picked up. And so the first bullish candle started to form here. Now it's crucial for me that the first bullish candle, if we're looking for a bullish order block, cannot trade below the previous bearish candle's wick. So cannot trade below this wick. It has to stay above the lowest point. It can be the body, it can be the wick, whichever is lower. It cannot trade below the previous or the last bearish candle's low. So it means that we started the new candle. It went low a little bit, but then went higher. But that's the second thing. The third thing, we need market structure shifts. So for example here, bullish market structure shift. Here we had bullish market structure shift there. Obviously, the more shifts you have, it's better. We actually had 3, but that's not really counts. What makes it technically valid is just even having 1. So we need the liquidity sweep. Bullish candle cannot trade below the bearish push like this one. Need to have a structure shift higher, and also it's much better if the bullish candles are strong with fair value gaps. If we see strong movement with fair value gaps with nice displacements, it's even better. So the order block is being defined in my terms. It's not ICT concept. It starts from the body of the candle, but the low end of the zone is at the wick of the candle, which means if I extend this here, this is exactly how it looks like. That's a bullish one. Now, a bearish scenario is here. Look at this. Bullish push, pushing into, sweeping liquidity here. Swing highs. Swing high here, here, sweeping with the bullish candle. This candle almost looks like that it went higher, almost, but the high here was 67 and this was 66.75, so 1 tick lower. This one makes this valid for me. In my terms, it makes it absolutely valid. So that means that the push started from here. So I'm gonna put the order block line right there. It started here. The market structure shift was here, bearish market structure shift. Okay, and that's it. Liquidity sweep, bullish push, did not trade higher than this high, made a low, shifted structure. So this makes it, this area, a supply zone or bearish order block. I like to call it supply zone. So what really happened is a supply zone pierced price back down, created a demand zone, and now we're back into the supply area and now pushing higher. This is the way I see these order blocks. Actually, I call order blocks supply zone because ICT basically rebranded the supply and demand zone, and I'm respecting ICT for his lectures. He's awesome. He's great with the lectures, but he basically rebranded supply and demand zones. And I know he would be laughing a lot of what I just said, but this is the way I use these levels basically. And I'm not really trading these zones. I'm kind of using them for reference points and for targets. So yeah, 279. Yeah, for example, Reza is mentioning 279. 279. Oh yeah. There's a fair value gap there. We have the London Open, by the way. Totally forgot that. For example, here on the 5-minute, there is another supply zone up there. It's shifting structure. Well, it's not really a good one, so never mind. Let's just go back here. Let's go JY. Yeah, vibes. 15-minute time frame is solid. Let's go Rohan. Yeah, some good trades can be forming there. Vincent, hey, new to the channel, thanks for joining. Your Malo's son, oh my god, Malo Jr. Hey, absolutely. Hey, I'm not the one who's helping him, he's doing the job. I'm just happy to have successful people on the stream. He's the one who's doing it, Vincent, so he's the one. And congratulations on your many BMWs, man. I love BMWs too. Awesome. That is awesome, Vincent. Super cool. I'm happy for that. Was long 396. Let's go. Are we gonna have a shift here or what? Nothing really happening. 275. Yeah. Let's get it. He's a genius, absolutely. Yeah, Mohaber, that's basically the point I'm looking. So one check mark is the liquidity sweep. Second check mark is, you know, how the candles are lining up. Should not be trading below or higher than the previous bullish or bearish candles. So that's the second check mark. Third check mark, at least one structure shift. And that's it, basically. And this is the fourth thing is just like some optics. If it's the strong push, it's the better. It's even better if we have these strong candles, you know, big displacement, strong push. It looks even better when we see this. So in terms of this 15-minute supply zone, it's not such a beautiful one, but because it barely shifted structure with a wick here, and then the move stopped somewhere here. But anyway, this looks nicer. Demand zone a little bit. What's your feeling around shredding affiliates differently? One of them got better deal for followers from yeah, I know. I think it's gonna happen for every affiliate, Kwang. It's gonna happen for every affiliate. I've been told, but it has not been specifically confirmed. But every affiliate, especially the ones who are on social media, more interactive on social media, will have some small time periods to boost their discount codes. That is something I heard, Kwang. It has not been confirmed, but it's just somewhat a rumor. And obviously, we've seen that yesterday. For a short period of time, some influencers and affiliate partners will be allowed to boost their discount codes for just a limited time only. It depends on obviously sales, interaction, you know, some things. But is it good or bad? I don't know. I'm not crying about it, so let them have it. It's business, you know. I'm just a small dust in the wind. Or, no, I have no words in this. Looking at the order block bottom, is that support to the left? On usually all these things confirms. Yeah, exactly, Pari. How do you make it show you the high and the low? And the low, you hover over the candle. Oh, I see what you're saying. ATR saw. AB, thank you. I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly. ATR Atraso. I'm just gonna call you AB. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. So there's two ways. You guys don't see my whole screen because it's cropped with the banners. But if you hover your cursor on the candle, on the screen on the upside, you will see like the high point, low point, you know, everything on the candle. But if you hold down your mouse button on trading view, you hold it down, then it's going to show you. Just hold down the click button and that's it. Or you can just, you know, hover over the candle and you will see on the upside of the screen, but you guys don't see it because it's cropped. I have some drawing tools here. You guys don't see it. Hey, thank you, Kwang. No, they didn't give me 1 million. My entry criteria, for now, I'm using the order blocks or supply demand zones for targets. I made much more profits and money as well in payouts by using these levels as targets. My theory, and I would say this is the Tom Sabo concepts, you know, the Sabo concepts, or we're going to name it the sabotage, since we're talking about, you know, Black Sabbath and Ozzy Osbourne. We're going to call it the sabotage concepts. And it's reverse engineering the order block and the demand zone. My theory is that, you know, the market likes to revisit these zones. That's why I like to call it demand zone or supply zone. My theory is that, you know, if you find these better zones, like, I mean, obviously the better is the more attractive zone, but throughout the day, and it's mostly working in ranging days or ranging markets. If the day is trending super heavily, then obviously it's harder to find these targets, but the market just likes to revisit those levels. You know, maybe in the New York session, London session, it's not going to do anything, but as we approach New York session, it might just go down, picks up orders from the demand zone. So I'm kind of using it as target. And I'm just entering with an ICT 2022 entry. Now, speaking of 2022 entry, there is a possible long entry here. I'm actually kind of tempted to jump into a long position. Maybe I will do it. 5 years. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's look for targets. Interesting. That was just a 1 minute entry there. Nothing serious, nothing super special. What made me enter long? I didn't enter long. I was just watching this. There is no target for me here. That's the problem. If I would enter a long, well, I would probably need a real good target. Now here, the problem is I mean, I would almost call this a bearish order block on the 1 minute. If you go to the left, you see this bullish candle pushing into liquidity. We outlined this yesterday. Sometimes these are not such a bad these are not so bad levels, especially because it happened right after the market opened, a strong drop. Bullish candle swept liquidity on that 1 minute fair value gap. Then the market dropped lower, but obviously one thing is missing. One check mark is missing. There is no structure here, no structure continuation. In this case, it's not a shift because it has already been shifted, but because it has been shifted right after the market open, I would say that it's like, you know. So the market has been confirmed that it's bearish, especially on this candle. It's just continued lower. So it's not. It's like out of 10 points, I would call this like 5 or 4 points. It's not a super valid order block here, but it's technically, and we're talking about this one single 1 minute candle. So that means that the high of that 1 minute candle, I mean, there is a buy side, okay, is 285.25. Is it gonna take it out? I think it will, by the way. I think it will take it out. I think that's a significant point there. I might give it a shot to enter a scalp. I'm not sure. Actually, you know what? Why not? We only live once and there is no sequel. So let's just give it a go. But only on an evaluation account, maybe. All right. Okay. Okay, all right. Yeah, my TP is going to be at 78.75 for this one. 78, that's good. Yeah, that's good because the high of that, yeah, my entry is very bad. I'm just looking for 10 points. Like 69 is my entry. Only on an evaluation account, I'm kind of looking for this move higher into that level that we just talked about. So, and this is just an evaluation account. So no trade on, I'm not going to do this on a funded account. I'm kind of going crazy on this one. My God, I'm super way behind on the chat. Let's see if it's gonna go or not. Let's go. Not really. I mean, I do use some concepts, Mark, but I'm not following ICT this year or last year too much. This year, absolutely not. So I picked up 1 or 2 concepts from his lectures back in 22 and 23, and that is it. I'm not really, and especially not the tinfoil stuff. So I'm not really, you know, listening to his lectures nowadays. I'm started to, you know, find my own way of this, but I do think that he had some really good lectures on market structure, and some of these concepts are really good in my opinion. Obviously, I think, I do believe that his concepts are basically old concepts being rebranded. We've seen some proof online about this. These are old concepts being rebranded, basically. And you expect price to bounce off the supply. Well, if I'm using it as target, I don't really care what happens after it's reaching the supply zone or demand zone. I don't really care. Obviously, you can do it differently. Like you're looking for some kind of a bounce or drop from the zones. If you're looking to trade these zones, there is a possibility. I knew a guy who was doing the same thing. Like he was looking for the same exact zones. and he was basically entering in the zone for the trade. He was looking for reversal. Oh man, I have to catch up with the chat. Yeah. The previous guy. So how could we call it a valid? Yeah, but here candle took previous on the 1 minute, if this is what you're saying here. Because this is a bearish order block. And the bearish order block starts with the bullish candle. So the bullish candle needs to sweep liquidity. The bearish candle, this one, should not be trading higher. The next bearish candle, Mahavir. So this one, if this would have been opened up right here, but it doesn't matter, it made a small gap. It should not be trading higher because this is a bearish one. The previous example I showed you a bullish one, but this is a bearish one. So it swept liquidity on this fair value gap, and the next candle did not get any close to these highs, and that's why it's kind of valid. I mean, it's not really a good one, but that's what I'm looking for. Rolling graphs are at the same time, yeah. Gold? I'm gonna look into that too. Man, I missed my move on gold. Oh. I missed my move on gold. I missed my move on gold. I was eyeballing for this level since the beginning of the stream. This level here. This gap. I was looking at this gap since the beginning, and it just took off without me. Perfect entry. Absolutely perfect A+++ breaker setup. This is a unicorn, which I didn't take. It is what it is, I guess. 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. Taking partials here, at least. Or maybe, even if not 1 to 2, but yeah, looking for a 1.8 risk to reward trade. Beautiful. Anyway, it is what it is. Moving on. Moving on. Let's move on. Yeah, exactly. I need to use alerts. I know. I know. Lisa, good morning. Ah, no, I didn't. Unfortunately, I didn't. I didn't. If you look at the 15-minute GC, should pull back. The problem is, even if I look at the 15-minute, I don't really care about it anymore. I don't care because once the move happened here, even if it pulls back to the 15-minute, I would consider that that would be a second opportunity for the same trade setup. So I would not be taking the trade now. So I missed the train, but it's on me. Obviously, it's on me. So instead of that, I just entered to a miserable scalp trade on an evaluation account on NQ. Anyway, and I'm just closing it down. All right. So emotions, you know. Yeah. Oh yeah, Earl. I don't understand what you mean. Explain to a beginner, please. 268. Can you dumb down the Sable? Well, it's nothing special. Basically, you have the demand and supply zones, and I'm just using it for targets. That is it. 268. I mean, this one, yeah, sorry. If you're referring to this particular level here, this is not really a perfect order block because there's no structure shift here. But this strong move happened after yesterday's open, right? Bullish candle pushed into this fair value gap, swept liquidity, and then dropped lower. So this bullish candle kind of makes a not too perfect bearish order block or supply zone. And you know, the high of that zone is at 285. And what I just want to see in cases like this is for price to break completely or destroy the order block, which means 285. That's why I entered to that trade, but I closed it. So anyways, it's now closed. Man, I feel the FOMO about that gold trade. Yeah, sure, absolutely. I can walk you through that. Just a second. Kind of looking for something here. Are we ready to drop, or is this just a liquidity sweep? Oh man, it could be a liquidity sweep. No, there's also a 5-minute zone down there at 47. The open of this candle is 47.75. Just a second, I need to see if I was correct or not about this. Yeah, so let's go through the gold trade. Basically, what happened is a liquidity sweep here. Okay, swept liquidity, awesome, super nice, and then shifted market structure here on this push. Now, what made it really juicy and awesome is that it has left a liquidity void on the 5-minute, which is super great, and not just the liquidity void, but a unbalanced price range in between these two 5-minute candles. And so, because of that, that area became very important in terms of on a possible pullback, which actually happened. So if you put your fib tool here, you will see that it's absolutely at the optimal trade entry area right there, even if you enter on the first tick on this gap. And so this is a bullish breaker. I do like this. It's a perfect bullish, it's a textbook bullish breaker. You can utilize these gaps here as optimal trade entries, and it's beautifully lines up with the whole structure. So all I needed to do, and it's actually my fault because I wasn't really watching what was happening. I should have just put a limit order here, and then look how beautifully it went up there. That's all, basically. That simple. It's that simple. But it is what it is. We move on with our lives as usual. On the 2-minute chart, is the gap at 59.60? I haven't even checked the 2-minute chart yet. I never checked the 2-minute chart. Um, 259, 260. I don't know. I mean, there is a gap, but I don't know which gap are you referring to. I'm not really checking the 2-minute charts, but I'm sorry, I couldn't follow properly. Yeah, exactly, Bowser. The 32 reversal play. I know you're still trading that, right? You're still into that concept. Is the microphone cutting out, or you guys can hear me? I hope I mean, sometimes my microphone does go crazy. I need to buy some new equipment. But hopefully you guys can still hear me. All right. Nice. Nice, bad boy. Wasn't going to go down. How did you know it was? I didn't know. I didn't know. You never know this, but it's just looking good. I mean, that's a textbook entry there. And obviously, that's why backtesting and statistics are helping you with these kind of setups. I didn't know. Now, let's see. Is it going to turn around here or not? I'm just kind of curious if that 285 is going to be really a level that's going to, you know, bounce up there. What was that level actually? That was yeah, 85. Kind of curious. So I didn't know. All it takes is just you got to collect the information. That's all you can do. Collect the data. And once you have the numbers of how many times it works or how many times it's not, then obviously you can apply some risk management to it. And that's it so far. Keeps going lower, man. So we'll see. It's going down now. Should be okay. I have to check something. Sorry. And by the way, interesting example right here. Just an example. Look at this. What do you see? I love this question when ICT keeps saying like, what do you see? Now, what do you see here on the 5-minute chart? Liquidity sweep. Liquidity sweep. Boom. Just happening right now. Market structure shift. Market structure shift. And market structure shift. Boom. That is it. That's how it is. Go down to the 1 minute. Here's your entry. I'm just cooking right now. Don't worry. Just talking to myself basically. There's your entry. ICT 2022 setup right there. There's your target. Limit order here. TP right there. Stop loss, worst case scenario, you put it up there. That's like a 1.5 risk to reward ratio trade that I just missed again. There you go. That's how you use demand zones or bullish order blocks for targets. And that's why I keep saying that price is always, well, not always, but most of the time, especially during the session, it's revisiting the area. And that's what just happened here. Obviously, as I said, the upper level at 285 was a low probability. It wasn't really a good level. But even if it takes you out, the next opportunity is around the corner. Boom. Back to the demand zone. I'm so behind the chat that I cannot keep up. So I'm just not going to. I'm unable to keep up, which is awesome. But I can't read. If I read everything, I'm just gonna miss out every. I cannot watch the charts at the same time. So, but I'm gonna try to reply as much as I can. So this was just an example that I showed you on the 1 minute. statistically it was at least going to revisit the gap. Yeah, exactly. Only using statistics, or yeah. I mean, that's why you never know. You can take an educated guess, and that's why you need to do the risk management. Asia high swept. Exactly. Exactly. It could be going down for more. It could be. Could be, Cougar. Yeah. Hey, what the Forex? What's up? Hey, the site is not working. I can't pay. Do they have a lot of issues? MyFundedFutures. It should be working. Let me check it. It should be working. Let me check. Let me check. And thank you so much for the support. I'm gonna check if the checkout page is working. It works on my end. Yeah. You have to type it in with small capital, maybe. Not like big capital, but small. But no issues with the website. On my end, it works perfectly right now. New week opening gap. Yeah, be careful. Let me just get this off here. And this one too. Well, it's still good if it wants to go lower, I guess. It can still break the low of the zone. Make it or break it, right? The thing is, I don't have an entry on that. Bulenox denied a payout saying flip. It happened once or twice. Basically, for those people who actually made like 2 or 3 windfall trades on different days for like $1,400 ish, and the rest of the days they were just opening and closing with one micro, you know, just to get the payout. Yeah, for ping pong, it's a cheap upfront cost account. So I also have 3 funded accounts with them. Nothing wrong with Bulenox in my opinion. Oh, I see. Exactly. Gotta manage the risk. Gotta manage the risk. Yeah, so basically that was the only issue that we heard of. If you're basically trading 80% of your trading days as you used to with proper risk and with usual contract sizing, there should be any issue. So that's the good thing in Bulenox. If you follow that thing, you shouldn't be having any problems at all. Just because to pay out today and it's my birthday. Oh, it's your birthday, Lizelle. Happy birthday. Don't trade today, Lizelle. Don't trade. Just enjoy the day. Yeah, I gotta keep the contract sizing properly, you know. But it's nothing wrong with changing the size. They're just basically don't want to see people flipping like with one micro on the rest of the days. That's all. Yeah, try to stay away from the charts. Congratulations on your birthday. Family, friends, and you gotta enjoy the rest of the day. I mean, if you like watching charts, obviously go for it. But go out, maybe. Have a good time. Have a good dinner or lunch or whatever. Let me see what's happening here. Just a quick look. The problem with the, if anyone is long, the problem here is that it might want to destroy the zone down there. What do you guys think? It might try to destroy. Kind of curious, is it finished up there with the move or not? It might just wants to keep on moving higher back to that area. It is very interesting for sure. Oh my gosh. We have a new member of the Winners Club. Thank you for subscribing to the Winners Club. Javier, thank you for supporting. This is mainly for supporting the channel. I do appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. Difference you noticed on New York, London, and Asia opens? Well, London is definitely slower in openings than New York. I mean, obviously, everyone knows that. Range is definitely tighter, and sometimes nowadays I did notice that Asia session can be better than New York. I'm sorry, London. Michael Grezik. Sorry, I butchered the name there again. Welcome to the channel. Thanks for joining us. I know you meant trader. Yeah, so obviously the range is tighter, but what I noticed is that Asia session sometimes, especially in the past couple of weeks, it's showing better movements than sometimes London. You know, kind of interesting to see that. Welcome to the Market Makers Live. Exactly. Yeah, it moves slow, but I was just surprised in the past couple of weeks, like how many times Asia session was actually showing better price action. Like it was respecting the price much better than in London session, and more reliable levels in Asia session. Dark Cloud, good to see you, man. Where have you been? Good to see you back. You need to wait for, yeah, exactly. So definitely New York is the fastest. Everybody loves New York for that. I know. That's why it's so popular. I understand. Pre-market open is very close though. So in about 14 minutes, I mean, not that close, but macro starting in 4 minutes, pre-market in 14 minutes. Kind of curious what's it gonna be here. I wouldn't be surprised at a move higher, to be honest. Not at all. It's too late for the gold trade, unfortunately. Yeah. Too late for that. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Bowser. Yeah, I'm watching gold. It's just too late for me to enter. Anyway, we'll see. The low of this was 43, so I'm kind of curious what's gonna happen. It could be just going higher, right? Just keeps going higher. Hey, Philcos, what's happening? The legend. Right. Thanks for dropping in, Philcos. It's just wait. I'm gonna wait for the pre-market open to show us the direction, Ibo Munich. Hopefully. I see. Yeah. Well, obviously, you might find better moves in New York session. Yeah, that's true. We need to close below that. Yeah. Checking the markets. 15-minute break. Thanks for dropping in, Philcos. Yeah. No, I mean, I went for the long. I closed it with a small loss on one of my evaluations. On the funded account, I didn't do anything. There was just one scalp trade for the Asia high earlier, and that's it. Otherwise, I still suffering from the FOMO because I missed out the gold trade earlier. So it is what it is. Oh my god. Yeah, it happens. It happens. Well, we are in the macro, so macro times. That's not doing anything. I'm just waiting. No positions. Oh man. Oh man. What a crazy place for a price to stuck. Now let's check. Anyway, I'm kind of looking at my Fivers account if there's something. Good morning, Andre. Doing okay. Actually had a nice scalp trade, but otherwise nothing special is happening. Missed the gold entry, but now just waiting for the pre-market open. Buy every dip of a couple of points and for a test of the mid-60s. Maybe that would be the goal or the best play to go with. Yeah, gold pulled back, but it's not valid anymore. The move is done. So my rule of thumb, if I may say so, we swept the high. This move is now invalid. So I just don't. I don't care. We swept this level. It makes it lower probability, so I'm not interested in this trade anymore. The train left the station, and it already got back, but I was not on the train. All right, 4 more minutes. Camille, where have you been? Welcome. Isn't for rookies. Well, everybody has a different style. I was so married to these equal lows. on the 15-minute time frame. Oh yeah, I see. Well, that usually happens to me as well. If you really get attached to the idea, you just can't let it go. Like in the movie Inception, like you just can't let go of the idea because you think it's your idea, but someone put it there in your head. So there's nothing you can do. Yeah, I know how it is. Okay, NQ is going higher. What if this one wants to go for that 85? I'm just kind of wondering. $85.25. We'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if it would try one more push up there. You never know, right? Where's the place that shows statistics of different chart directions? I mean, depends on which statistics you're looking for. TradingView has lots of information, but yeah, I know, Ollie. It's kind of crazy, I know, the way it looks like. All right. What else is here? Here's the pre-market open. And I'm kind of trying to figure out, I mean, what is Nvidia slowly up there, slowly moving up there, and as for NQ, I'm still kind of in the same place. Let's see. Kamal is saying we're going higher. Earl needs to hit 263. Actually, we got that. Cougars in shorts targeting Asia low. Oh my god, everybody has a different view here. This is gonna be interesting. I wonder if that 285 is gonna get hit or not, but I hope everybody can make some profit on this. But yeah. Barely green. Well, barely green is break even. Break even is basically winning, right? If you tried DCA strategy, I tried it. I keep blowing up the accounts left and right. So, I mean, I tried it back in the days. Never ever. I would say, like in the game Painkiller, they said never more. So never more. I mean, obviously, many people are killing the market with DCAing. I'm not one of those people, but good luck to everyone for that. Okay, what's happening? Is this gonna grind lower and break out the low there at 43? What's the idea here? If that's why MyFundedFutures took away micro scalp and also micro ratio. I don't know, maybe it has something to do with that. And by the way, Kwang, I think that makes a lot of sense, by the way. Let's rock it. We still have the unbalanced 15-minute CB. Yeah. Yeah. Kind of interesting. Hitting 277, then retracing. Maybe. But if it goes back up there to 77, I think it should be going higher to 85 then. I think. But I could be wrong. All we know is that move right now here is a little bit like tricky, to say the least. Squirrely back Burley, hello. No market structure shift on the 5-minute. Yeah, there's no. Well, technically there is a shift here. If you zoom in, there is a small shift, not a big one. Right there. My neighbor just started the lawnmower, so you guys can hear it now. Okay, this is the twice. Last week he did. He mowed the grass like 2 times. No, actually 3 times. 3 times. Monday, Wednesday, and on the weekend. Also, he made another run on Monday, and now it's Wednesday. He's already doing it the 2nd time this week. So he's usually doing it like 3 times a week. I think he loves it. He has some kind of a addiction for lawn mowing, but he does it every 2 or 3 days. No troll, no joke. There's my window to the left. He's right down below my window, and he's doing it every 2 or 3 days. Absolutely, honest to God, every 2 or 3 days he's lawn mowing. So Where did you take the 285 level from? On the 1 minute chart. On the 1 minute chart. Yeah, he needs to get laid. I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think so. What lawn after all that? Exactly. He's doing it. No troll, guys. The worst case scenario twice a week, but last week he made a good run. He was doing it 3 times. Last week he was really, you know, pushing it. Now it's Wednesday and this is the second time. So he did it on Monday and now second time on Wednesday. So I think he's having a good time. You know, he likes to do that. Once a week. And that's more than enough, you know, once a week. I would be glad to do it once a month. Maybe he doesn't finish and takes breaks. It's a very small garden. It's a very small one. So I can finish with that garden in like 10 minutes, 15 minutes. That's it. But he's stretching it out. He's I don't know. Oh man. Yeah. Letting get some dopamine. Yeah. Trading star. What's up? Yeah, I'm gonna tell him do mine. Yeah. Yeah, he takes an yeah, for him it's about an hour. I can do it in 10-15 minutes. No problem. Easy. And you know, I think he has some kind of a fetish, or I don't know, because right now it's 36 degrees Celsius outside. It's super hot. So he always picks the hottest time of the day. Okay, usually around lunch hour. Now he's early. It's 10:09 a.m. in my time. And it's super hot. And he likes to be out there on the sun, you know, doing the lawn mowing. Interesting person. Interesting. You know. I don't know what's he doing in the winter though. I don't see him. I really don't see him. I think he just pulls the curtains and lives on crackers and alcohol. I don't know. I really don't know what's he doing there. But when spring comes, you know, the good weather, curtains are open, he comes out and does the lawn mowing all day, all night. That's what he does. Exactly, Camille. I will do that. Yeah, the actually it looks nice, by the way. I mean, it looks absolutely nice. Like if you would if you would be like a serial killer or something. Like it's absolutely precisely being handled. So he's a pro. Curry fishbowl, you're a female. Oh, you're a lady. I thought you're a dude. I'm sorry. Or did I know it otherwise? I didn't. I thought you were a dude. But I like lawn as well. Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's relaxing, right? Especially if you want to think. You know, you never know. Maybe he's just relaxing. Vibes, congratulations. Houses in Hungary. Well, if you're looking for a cheap house, you can get a cheap house for $120,000. If you're looking for something really good, you definitely need to look above 200K. 250, 200, 250 if you're looking for a real good one. If you're looking for a cheap one, 120, but you have to spend money on it. Yeah. Yeah, it's very hot. He's in hibernation. Exactly. I don't know, Camille. I don't know. I'm a cis. Right, Curry Fishbowl. Yeah, there is. You know, he keeps it very nice and tidy. He got green hands. Yeah, I think he might be escaping from his wife. Maybe, I don't know. I think I think that's his only escape, which is kind of sad. But what can we do? That's his only way out. Oh no. Let's see what's happening. Look at this. Wow. Interesting. I think we should be breaking higher. How much? It's like 77. You know, that 285 is still in play. Very interesting. Yeah, there you go, vibes. Consistency. You gotta, if you're close to that payout level, you definitely need to. You just need to. I wouldn't trade like I do with evals on funders though. Yeah, I do totally differently as well. So absolutely not the same strategy on evaluations and fundeds. Totally different. It seems like it's going up there, but I mean, there was a 5-minute market structure shift there. Awesome. There was also a 1-minute shift, but anyway, we had multiple fair value gaps to enter a position if you guys were looking into those highs. So, hold on. For example, here, there was another fair value gap down here. And obviously, there was another one right here. So, you just had to pick one. But that's the 1 minute, so you never know. But again, if you look to the left, we talked about this level 285 right there. We'll see. Do you know what happens if you get live with MyFundedFutures and lose the account? They ban you. Oh, you can still work with them. They're not banning you, but you have to start all over, you know. They're not banning you. No. You just have to start all over. Any activity can give meditation effect to anybody. That's true, by the way. That's true. You never know how one is meditating. Like, someone is driving the car, someone is doing the lawn mowing, somebody is just sitting in a chair and just looks paint. I mean, just watching paint dry. It depends. Everybody has a different thing. Even someone when playing video games, that's kind of a meditation. You never know. Cooking, exactly. Drawing, washing plates, exactly. Yeah. Shorts are trapped for sure. Shorts are definitely trapped. And although I still like the idea of 285, I would be careful around these levels. Flow state, exactly, Trading Star, the flow state. There are many books about this, by the way, and I was reading. I just don't know the title of the book. And I was reading it in a Hungarian book, especially of this flow state, like, and it was talking about the meditation and all that such. There's lots of different ways to, you know, meditate and get yourself into that state of emotion, or actually emotionless sometimes. Did you fail on purpose this 6 month? No. Actually, the highest I went was 5 payouts, but it wasn't at MyFundedFutures, but 5 payouts from the same account, and then I blew up the account. So that was the most I could get. But yeah. And by the way, everybody, if I can ask a favor from you guys and gals, ladies and gents, please, it's free to do, and it would really mean a lot to me if you guys would please push the like button for the stream. I would like to, let the YouTube algorithm know that we are here. We're having a stream. We're having a good community. We're building this channel. I'm so happy for everybody. So please, thank you, Rohan. Push the like. It's free to do, and it really helps out the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you for the likes there. It really helps out the channel because YouTube likes the reaction, even if it's a dislike. I know maybe I'm being hated by some people, who knows, but YouTube likes any kind of reaction. That's what they confirmed, actually, that any reaction is good for YouTube. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you. YouTube likes the comments. YouTube likes the chat and pushing the like, even the dislike. So the reaction is the point. What YouTube is saying. That's what they are rewarding. The reaction. So Parminder, you can tell me when we give a target of 100 in MyFundedFutures. Should we stay at 100 for 5 days? If I made 300, 200 in those 5 days, you can get a withdrawal, but obviously don't forget that the safety net is going to get pulled to the initial balance. So don't forget about that. Is it worth to take a small withdrawal when you did not, until you're not building up that buffer level? Obviously, I think you should be building a little bit more, but yeah, you're gonna still get it. Yeah, I mean, sorry, consecutive 5 days, you're asking. It doesn't have to be consecutive 5 days. I'm sorry. I'm still slow. I didn't sleep. I'm not sleeping. Parminder, you don't have to do consecutive 5 days. Any 5 days is good, okay? Any 5 days. If you have a losing day anywhere in between, don't worry about it. You need overall 5 days above $100. It doesn't matter if it's consecutive or not. Oh, trust me, I can be hated. I know. Engagement, exactly. Let's get those likes. Thank you so much, everybody, by the way. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry, yeah. Yeah, I'm still slow. I don't know. I'm just slow today. Oh. I was actually thinking, but I'm not gonna do it. I was actually thinking about a possible trade on my Fivers account. The profit goal is $400 on the 5K Fivers account. I'm already at $97 right now, so who knows? Maybe I will make it. Trade a bit more of bit of ICT, more SMC than liquidity. I see. Any publicity, exactly, Camille. And I do believe in that concept, by the way. Even the negative publicity is publicity, so that's why, I mean, even if someone in social media has haters, because haters are, you know, always there, and they keep talking about you, that's actually good, because that's driving traffic and engagement to your platform, whatever it is. Oh wow, look what the heck is going on. Look at that. 285, just like that. Interesting, right? Oh, sorry. Quick phone call. I have to pick this up just a second. It was the market makers. The market makers. Important phone call from Warren Buffett, actually. Thank you for the subs. Thank you for the sub, Navid. Thank you so much for joining the channel. I was on the phone. I'm sorry. Energy pendulum effect. Exactly. Look at that. We're going for that 85. Man, I do feel the FOMO a little bit. There's a bit of a FOMO, I must say. But what can we do, right? Well, it's gonna go. I feel like it. Long at 261. Closed it manually. And now it runs. Well, it's... I don't know. The 285 could definitely be an interesting level. Buy side is 285.25. If you go to the left, it's not a supersonic level, so it's not an A plus level. It's not an A plus buy side level, but this was the drop after market open yesterday, and you guys remember it was dropping very sharply to the downside. It made a structure shift here. The problem is, and this is why it's not an A plus supply zone or bearish order block, but still, there was a fair value gap here on this drop, which made the market structure shift. This bullish candle picked up orders from that fair value gap, basically from the same candle that made the market structure shift. It started to go lower and lower, but this bullish candle and the high of that bullish candle at 285.25 is basically, I think, the drawn liquidity, because it's almost feels like a supply zone high, but it's only on the 1 minute chart. It's not an A plus level, but so far that's the only level I see as valid as possible here if it wants to push higher. Now we're just back down. Look at that. Look at that. Interesting, right? So anyway, keep that in mind. Yeah, it didn't really gave us what we were looking for. Actually, it can still go lower. What if this one takes the waterfall down? So that's why I'm saying you gotta be careful with that. Kind of looking at some other markets as well. Like, is there anything good that's happening here? But so far, not much. Yeah. Not much is going on. Just tap the 15. That's true. The 15-minute gap has been tapped, so that's why it had this sharp drop here. Obviously, some orders has been picked up, but I still kind of believe that we have some room to go up there, but we'll see. I mean, it's not bad to look for sells, obviously, but we're still in the cool zone. So, Itwip, good morning. What's happening? It might want to waterfall down after tapping that 15-minute gap. The more I'm watching it, the more I know it's not worth it. Yeah. No, I'm not in a position, Pip Drunk. I'm kind of looking for an entry, though. But I don't think I want to force it, even for a scalp. But it does look tempting. Maybe it wants to go back to the 50s. I don't know. It's hard to say. No other level that I like here. No. No. I'm not gonna force this one. I'm not gonna force this one. I just don't see anything properly happening. Just for fun, micro gold. All right. I haven't even checked on gold. Oh, look at that. 5 minutes so far in the range. Gotta be careful. Is MyFundedFutures network a solid firm? I mean, Funded Futures network or MyFundedFutures? Yeah, MyFundedFutures is good. Funded Futures network is also good, by the way. And there is a buy one get one for free promo right now, which I strongly encourage for anyone to use. You know, we always like the buy one get one free accounts. Yeah, who knows? Who knows? Okay, euro went. I'm checking the currencies as well, like what happened here. Gold actually it doesn't look that bad, but I'm not sure. I'd like to think that gold is going to remain bullish. Da, da, da. But I don't see anything. I have no positions again. If you have multiple contracts of micro on Project X, how would you split them for partial TP? With Quantower, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I mean, for partial TP, you can add them, you know, like for example, you add the sell limit at a certain level, another sell limit. So by small, like you have like 10 micros, for example, and you want to take a partial, you just put like 5 micro sell limit on a buy position. You know, that's it. Just use limit orders. Or obviously, because I'm using Quantower, I can modify the position. Oh, I'm sorry. Or if I just want to close with the market order, I can just sell 5 micros on a market order, and it's just going to sell 5 micros. So you can just sell your contracts with the market order. But since I'm not using the Project X platform, only the connection with Quantower, it's different. You know, I haven't even tried Project X platform ever. I'm only using it with Quantower. Ah, I see. I never ever used Project X, never in my life. So I'm connecting with Quantower. But the same goes there as well. So if you can just sell a few micros with a market order, or you can put in a limit order. It's not that big a deal actually. So it should be the same. All right. NQ slowly going down. Gold is still there. All right, everyone. I think I'm going to call it here. I missed my great entry on gold. I do feel the FOMO about that. I only had one small scalp, and that's it. I'm just not feeling it right now. Again, it is what it is. Thank you so much for watching the stream. I'll be back for the New York session. Don't forget that we will have. Oh yeah, never mind. So. Don't forget the new sales with MyFundedFutures, Take Profit Trader. Take those accounts. If you'd like to support the stream, please remember to use my code TOMSABO. It really helps out the channel, gives you the best available discounts and prices. Please don't forget about that. I'm grateful if you guys are using it. Thank you so much. I'll be back at 9:30 Eastern Standard and also on MyFunded TV today. All right. Thank you so much, and God bless you all. I'll be back for London. Cheers.